Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Dalton Needs TF. I'm not you, or Dalton95. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. Anyways, coming at you with another Earthrise review. This is going to be WFC E-7 Cliffjumper. That. So, again, nice artwork of Cliffjumper with his big bazooka. Some other pictures, and that's pretty much it. And looking real quick at the code here, we have Dead Universe. So maybe a hint for an upcoming Nemesis Prime or something. Maybe Galvatron. But anyways, that being said, here we have Cliffjumper out of his packaging, looking very much like he did, well, sort of like he did in the original cartoon, albeit, you know, some slight liberties taken. Real quick here, you can see what's all going on. He's got a little Siege blast effect port right here on his thigh. So put that there. Or here on his forearm. Let's use the one that came with sound barrier. And if you take the bazooka, move it, he's got one on his shoulder. And just as before, you could put them on the forearms. But I think the best one for this scenario would be right here. Get that kind of blast going on. And yeah, so he's got this giant bazooka, which is made up of like 5 parts, sorry. But overall, you know, Cliffjumper himself doesn't look too bad. Most of the red on this guy is painted except for the forearms, the head, and these side pieces of the vehicle mode. I think those are the only pieces that aren't painted. Everything else is this nice matte red paint. You also got some black and silver there for the headlights and the grille. And here for the bumper and, well, just for this little section where the license plate would be and the exhaust. Black paint right there. Unless, no, that's just the plastic. It is all black plastic, just painted red. Yeah. So as you can see, you could take off this backpack piece. And one neat little thing is there's these little channels right here on this piece. But after we show off, you know, the fact that it's meant to be, quote unquote, a shield for Cliffjumper, give him this bazooka and everything. You can use this as a shield, or take off this back section here. So now he can hold his bazooka and bend his elbow. He's got these little channels right along the side here. I don't know how you're going to be able to see that. Right along there. And on the inside of this piece, there is a couple of little track pieces. Now if we put that in this way, or no, like this, you have another weapon he could use. So, kind of like displaying him with that. It looks kind of cool. So now he's got a couple of weapons. Or, you know, you could split apart the bazooka and have 2 hand cannons. Because why not? Looks pretty good. You could even put them on his forearms for some like Ironhide or Megatron action. But real quick, let's go ahead and take these out. Give him back his backpack. Let's go ahead and compare him to some other mini-bots and other Earthrise and Siege figures. So, real quick. Here he is with Siege Hound. So for that first episode kind of scouting mission with the Earthrise versions of Wheeljack and Hoist. And with Optimus, Ironhide, and Sideswipe. It's a lot of red, and he's very small. We'll get more into that later. Ow! And here he is with the MP25, I want to say, Bumblebee. So, yeah. We'll only compare these two because they have similar transformation. Again, we'll talk about that here shortly. And here he is with the rest of the Autobot mini-bots in my collection. And he fits in pretty well. I mean, he is supposed to be a little bit bigger than Bumblebee, if I remember correctly. And even though we are, just from some of the images that we've seen, should be getting a Bumblebee out of this, maybe heavily retooled to look more like a regular compact car instead of, well, we'll get into the vehicle mode and what it actually is when we get to it, but he looks fairly good with these. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into transformation and go from there. So before we get into the transformation, I completely forgot to mention articulation. So real quick, he's got a very tight neck swivel, which tends to split his head just a little bit, so try to be careful about that. If yours does the same, he's got full 360 at the shoulder, a decent range up, a tight bicep swivel, a wrist swivel, a 90 degrees at the elbow, waist swivel, again very tight. He's got universal joints at the hips, again thigh swivel, 90 degrees at the knee, and a very, very deep ankle tilt, and nothing forward back on the ankles. So that is it for articulation. So get this guy into vehicle mode. It is fairly simple and intuitive. It is, unfortunately for some, a parts former. Doesn't bother me any. Just go ahead and fold that away. Set that off to the side for now. Go ahead and open these panels and fold them up. And then go ahead and fold out the tires, tab his legs together, and then tab these panels into the sides of his thighs. Then from here, open this up, close what will be the car hood, close that up, bring this whole section down, get these arms out of the way. You want to bend the elbows backwards. So here, backwards. Actually, you want to rotate the waist, then bring everything down. And swing these out of the way. There we go. Straighten everything out, make sure it's all back together, and that will tab in behind these sections that we fold back and around. And then for the back of the car, you just take these two pegs and put them into the robot mode hands. And slide that all the way down. And there we go. There is Cliffjumper in vehicle mode. Now, rather than the Porsche 924, I believe is what he was supposed to be, I think this is more modeled after a Mitsubishi Starion. Just with the overall shape. I mean, it sort of looks like the Porsche 924, but it more draws from the Mitsubishi, especially here along the front and with this rear section. It looks very good in vehicle mode. I'm really digging this. I love how every part of this is painted red, except for the rear window section back here. You get the nice blue windshield. Autobot symbol there in the hood, along with this little piece. I believe this is a vent on the actual vehicle. Get a intake there for the air filter. So, very nice looking car. And to show them off with some other vehicles. Here he is with Hound. So again, that first episode kind of scouting mission with Sideswipe, Einheit, and Prime. Again, a lot of red. And with the other two deluxe Earthrise figures, he looks pretty good. I mean, he's a little out of scale here with Wheeljack, but then again, all the vehicles are out of scale. As long as the robot modes are fine, I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead and get into one last comparison. And here he is once again with all the Autobot mini-bots that I have. Didn't include Slash because she's technically a Dinobot. So anyways, here are the rest of the mini-bots. So let's get these out of the way and get into the actual last size comparison. So be right back. And here he is with the Masterpiece Bumblebee, which he kind of fits in a little bit better scale-wise with. I mean, not 100%, but if he was like maybe 1.5 times bigger, he'd be a good masterpiece stand-in. But as I was saying, they do share a lot of similarities in transformation, notably the way the legs and arms transform, with the back panel here forming the shoulders and back, and the way these panels here fold behind on the feet, and the feet folding, or the wheels folding into the bottom of the feet. So this guy does take a lot of great cues from that Masterpiece Bumblebee. And before we end the review, let's take a quick look at his accessories. If you want, you can take these pieces here and put them on like this. I kind of like to rotate this up out of the way and put it on vehicle mode like that. Or if you want to go the actual way, pull this out, unfold it. You've got a peg here and two very small ones right here. And then this one will just plug into there. Little ones will plug into these sections on the hand, or the shield. So I'll just tap that, peg those in. I guess it helps to peg this one in first. And then those two. And from here, take these all apart. There are little slots on the bottom here. They will just go onto these little tabs right there. Just like that. Same right here. Then you got little tabs here and little slots right here beside the wheel. So make sure that the ski goes under the tire. And there we've got Cliffjumper in his amphibious mode from the episode Atlantis Arise, I believe is what it was. Kind of the same homage that we got out of the Masterpiece Hound, where he had the canopy. So now you can have Cliffjumper and Sea Spray going off on a mission together. So that pretty much... Oh, actually, one last little thing. If you want, you can take these little sections for rung and put them into here. And now it looks like he's got little water jets coming out. So nice little thing that I found out. So I doubt I'm the first person to do it, but I just thought I'd show it off. So that's pretty much it for this review of the Earthrise Cliffjumper. Hope you guys enjoyed. I don't mind the small scale. I mean, he's got a lot of engineering and a lot of paint. He scales well with the others. So, I mean, if you want to come out with me with pitchforks and torches, it works for what it needs to do. And with us not having a Legends class scale anymore, he's got really nowhere else to go. So, and I think he makes up with it with his weapons and just the sheer amount of parts that he has. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out the links down in the description: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G1 Hextron, Primal Sabbath, Bricks on the Dollar, all queued up, Hail Hasbro reviews, and I think just another G.I. Joe show is on there. Like I said, all those links are down in the description. Check them out. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.